Grand jury decisions not to indict white police officers in the death of Michael Brown and Eric Garner sparked weeks of nationwide protests. Many say these demonstrations put police departments on the defensive over their tactics and police morale is strained. But some of our observers say the tide has turned. The killing of 2 New York City police officers emboldened the police and their supporters. Meanwhile, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio called today for protesters to suspend demonstrations while the city mourns. Tamika Mallory is a board member of the Justice League New York City, which has been involved in the New York City demonstrations, and she joins us on the phone. Tamika, welcome to Arise America. Thank you so much for being on the phone with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Adrian.
First of all, just as being an important organizer in the protests that have happened here, you've met with the mayor, and I want to talk about that in just a second. Just give me your reaction to the immediate connection many have made between this tragic killing of 2 police officers and the protests that have been happening in the city and around the country.
Well, the first thing I want to say is that, our hearts truly go out to the families of Officer Lou and Officer Ramos, and also to the young lady who was shot as well. Before the guy came here and committed the heinous crimes that he committed. We want to make sure that is very, very clear. It is not surprising that people would try to draw a connection between the two, because we live in a city where, unfortunately, there are those who try to polarize people and issues in order for them to be able to make a point that our lives are not as important as others. And that is just a reality that folks do not want to deal with. The reality of the situation is that we can mourn the officers on one side and also call for justice on the other. It is not mutually exclusive. That is what we intend to do. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with being able to do both things at once.
Tamika, I understand your resolve, but do you think in any way that this tragic incident and the threat that there could be more in the future dilutes the efforts or in some way sets back the progress of the efforts?
I do think it sets back the progress of the efforts. I do believe that, this crime that was committed is something that certainly takes away from those people or it takes away from the cause. Let's just put it that way. So, we certainly do not want to see people either believing that they're taking matters in their own hands, or people who are really just trying to confuse and hurt what it is that we are trying to accomplish. There are those who want to go with the narrative that people should not take matters in their own hand. And I understand that they are saying that because of the fact that this man left messages on social media, or they say he left messages on social media that, were pertaining or used the names Eric Garner and Mike Brown. But we reject the fact that he is in any way connected to the movement to get justice for Eric Garner, justice for Mike Brown, and ultimately to bring police accountability to the system. And the reason why I say that is that I would like to know what his girlfriend or what his ex-girlfriend had to do with this issue. Absolutely nothing, nor did those police officers who were in the community trying to do their jobs and protect the community. They had nothing to do with this. It is an unjust cause, and we reject any indication or any connection that it is somehow connected to the work that we've been doing.
I know that you had a meeting with Mayor Bill de Blasio. Perhaps we can talk about that the next time we get you into the studio, and you're requesting also a meeting with Police Commissioner Bill Bratton. We'll leave it right there for now. Tamika Mallory, thank you so much. It's good to talk to you.
Thank you.